I'm finally embracing my electronic music passion, and I'm going to tell you all about it as soon as I shout out today's patron. And that shout out goes to Sadiq Cat. Thank you so very much for the support. Let's get started. When my wife and I first moved into our new home 6 months ago, I knew that one day it would allow me to take Freebeat even further. Now, I didn't know what that meant, but I just knew that the new place would one day provide an opportunity for me to grow the channel into something that really actually, felt like a real evolution, a real step forward. Well, it turns out that that time came a lot faster than I anticipated. So right now I am standing in the barn on our property. However, it's not really so much of a barn anymore. It's been fully cemented, and there's power, and there's lights everywhere. Instead, this is just a big, open, empty space that, while still somewhat open to the outside, is fully shielded from the elements. Now, I've had this space in mind for Freebeat since as soon as we found out we were going to be moving into this house. But when we moved in, this space was actually unavailable to us for the most part. Due to family reasons, we weren't really able to do anything out here, and that has changed. So as of just a few days ago, we now have the full barn, as well as the rest of the property, everything else. It's all ours to use. When I found out this was going to be happening, I immediately started brainstorming ideas that I could use this space for, particularly for Freebeat. And I started to realize something. As I was watching older Freebeat videos, I noticed that I would mention playing live quite a bit. But the more and more I watched, I realized I haven't played live a lot as Freebeat. Now, before Freebeat, when I was a professional drummer, I gigged out and played live all the time with many bands across many different states, all over the place. But since becoming Freebeat, I've only ever performed live in the free live stream concerts that I put on about once a year, and then I did play one gig in Olympia, Washington a few years ago, as Freebeat. But that's it. For someone who has talked so much about how passionate I am about live performance, at least to my current audience, you've only ever seen me play live maybe a few times if you've checked out more than one of those shows. And that's when the wheels in my head started turning. What if I could take this barn space and not only turn it into a place for me to play live more as Freebeat, even if those are just through live stream concerts. A space like this allows me to do far more of those than I would before, where we had to use my friend's garage once a summer. But what if this space could also become a place where I could talk and teach about live performance? What if this became a space where I could talk about DMX lighting and how to set up a light show for your show depending on what you want to play, and affordable budget lights, and what software I use to control these, and how I've actually used MIDI in the past from my live rig to control the light show. There's space here to hang lights. There's space here to permanently mount the fog machine. I don't think I've ever mentioned the fog machine on this channel before, outside of maybe a behind the scenes patron vlog. There could be multiple videos about fog machine placement and how it affects your lights and what kind of lights work best with a fog machine, and testing different budget-oriented fog machines. Visibility for yourself, the performer, that's also super important. Sometimes I've used a fan on my setup to make sure that the fog stays away so I can see my gear. Speaking of the gear, that's a whole different thing. That's covering electronic drum pads if you want to do drum performance, different types of performance. How do you want to perform? In the past here, I've had things like the SP404, I've had the MC707 up here, I've had pocket operators up here on this table. There are so many different aspects of live performance that not only have I not talked about before here on the channel, but that I've never even seen covered on YouTube. We can talk about kick triggers and how I put a spring in this one so it would actually give me a little more playability live. Why do I have a mic stand here if I'm deathly afraid of singing? Well, I've got a vocal pedal down here, the Boss VE500, that I've only ever covered, I think, in a live stream. There are so many avenues I can go down when it comes to live performance and breaking those into both individual videos and live streams. You see, I also plan on routing Ethernet out here to the barn in the next couple of months, which will mean more Freebeat live shows. It'll also mean just more streaming in general. I realized that I don't have to have some big, huge live production just to do a live stream playing a bit of music. We can do that casually, but it can still be from this kind of stage setup. I've also got my electronic drum set. I know that's not everybody's favorite thing, but there are certainly cool things we can do with that when talking about live performance too. I also forgot to mention this earlier, but this is quite ugly back here, and we will be beautifying it. You know what I mean? We're gonna be improving the background and doing all kinds of little tricks and things to make this space look better. And hopefully those are tricks that you can implement too if you even want to live stream a little bit, you know, in this nature. So yes, my true passion when it comes to music is for live performance, and that is what I want to bring here to all of you in the coming months and years as this channel continues to grow. Also, I should mention that the At the Desk videos are not going anywhere. These types of videos are just going to be added into the rotation. So I hope you're looking forward to it. I sure as hell am. I'm gonna grab a pocket operator and a little Zoom recorder and just do a little performance right now for you. Why not? Again, I hope you're as excited as I am. I cannot wait to get going on talking about live performance. So many things to cover, so many cool things to get into. It's gonna be a blast. I hope you're ready, because I sure am. I do hope you found this video informative or at least entertaining. If you did, be sure to leave a like on it. If not, you can always leave a dislike. That's okay too. Doesn't hurt my feelings, just makes me try that much harder next time. Either way, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Thank you all so very much for being here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.